Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Dovgan. I didn't record any tutorials for a while because of my knee injury, but this month it's time to start again. Because I still in the recovery process and can dance a lot, I will talk with you about frame and other things that not require me bend my leg a lot. So today we have topic 10 top mistakes in frame. Let's go. Dima appeared here. Woohoo! So we will start with mistake number 1, which I see very often. First is that partner put left arm too much outside and right arm inside. Can you demonstrate that? Yes, so let's take a look where goal can be in this case. Don't need to open arms right now. So in this case, my arm will be here, yes, and my back will be here, yeah. So as you can see, I'm just right in front of him. And even if I'll try to stretch, it's not gonna change my position a lot, and I'm gonna fight with him. Usually guys not start in that position like that. So what they do, when they invite girl, it's better to sit like here, they open this arm too much to the side. So she has no chance to go that way, yes? Unless she really knows where she needs to stay. But if take that fact that boy is a leader and need to put girl into her space, we follow guys. So keep doing this mistake, yes, and then close inside. So what we need to fix that when he bend this arm, he put elbow to himself, but second part of the arm slightly inside. When you just start fixing this mistake, I recommend you even to do it very tight. Maybe not as you need to in the future, but that's how it will feel for you. But in dance, it's gonna be almost straight. And this arm, I recommend you to feel that elbow you stretch to the side and slightly forward. Then this part outside and forward, but look, I don't want you to move this elbow too much forward. I want you to stretch this part mostly to the side, slightly forward, slightly, yes, slightly forward. And then keep it on this fixed point, then open here, open and forward, around. You want to hold a huge tree around. And also close this wrist inside, but not with sharp broken line. Yeah, so that's what you need to do here. You invite girl, then you direct her, and then you close your arm. Here you go. Mistake number 2 is how we connect our wrist and how guys direct wrist. What happens, sometimes they put wrist like that, and girl already, she has only one option to put arm like this. Then they close, they go to each other, and maybe it's not that much like that, it's something like that. And also arm outside as it was before, and you see this wrist always looking outside. Even if we will bring arm inside, it's still like that. So what guys need to check, that they already start during connection part, direct fingers that way, and then what is also important, when they bend arm, they still keep it that diagonal way. And also sometimes what can happen, they exaggerate, drop this elbow and put it inside, yes? So make sure that you're not doing that. You stretch elbow and move that arm to yourself. We'll continue with finger mistakes and hands mistakes. Girls very often put arm on the beginning here, and then when they close arm, their thumbs not and together. And what they need to check. First, how they can go to each other if they don't know their level. They can meet here, so put this part on top of his hand and then close everything else. So you see my wrist somewhere in the middle and my thumbs.
So first the pad goes and then the thumb meets the thumb. So pad, thumb to thumb.
And then close. And it's fine if you have like some, so if your wrist will be somewhere in the middle of his wrist. Also some people dance like cross, which is also fine. Sometimes people put fingers between like that, but don't do like down, lower and open them. That's for sure not. The fourth mistake is about boys' right arm. Usually I notice they like to open this finger up. I don't know for some why they doing this. I always joke that they like record movies and it's like that stuff that you kind of close and open to record new scenes. So, and also the second mistake, they like to open that fingers. So check that you close everything, glue them together, and sometimes boys lift this finger up like that. So curve it all together here.
But not too much.
But not too much, yes. So you still need to see all fingers. And you just mentioned about curving too much and not too much. That's why the next fifth mistake that I want to share with you guys is sometimes boys, they put this wrist, this hand, either too like stretched, like flat, yet and girl doesn't feel any connection, or too curved, and they kind of don't have any connection. That's why this wrist is flying everywhere on the back. So what we need to check, that this part going right under armpit, then this part going on the beginning of the back, and all the rest you kind of like really touch and repeat the curve, the shape of girl's shoulder blade. You don't try to do it flat or curve, count millimeters how you need to curve. You just glue it and stick to this shoulder blade, and that's it. And actually I kind of already explained the sixth mistake a little bit, that boys, they don't have usually connection here on the armpit, so they put this arm a little bit like kind of lower than girl's level. You also can put like arm like this, but if you want a competitive look, usually teachers ask to girl to have these like boat shapes, so that elbow goes slightly higher than the shoulder blade, and this elbow shoulder, and this elbow goes slightly higher than shoulder. So if talk about like how it's right, girl just need to relax and put arm on his arm, yes? But in a competitive way, girl stretch it, and if boy doesn't put arm in the right position, we have this huge gap. So this is like both people need to check. Girl needs to check that she's not over lifting this arm, and boy needs to check that he has this connection all the time. Usually people, they put arm like this in the beginning if teacher explained to them that, but during dance they lose this connection very often. So make sure that you always have this connection all the time. Record yourself and check. And next mistake, seventh mistake, is very common in ballroom dance, that boys' arms start to moving everywhere, and also sometimes even go away from the shoulder blade of the girl. So she doesn't know how to stick to him, to his body. Maybe not like a lot as you, that much as you're doing this, but it's kind of flying away, yeah? And even if it's glued, like touching, it's sliding, so girl doesn't feel where that connection is, and it's not secure. So make sure that you glue it to the one point and then it stays. And if for some reason, for example, when you go like to contra prominent, if you need to, in some move to slide it a little bit, it needs to be sliding with pressure. So it's not like that you just decided to slide. it's like sliding, sliding, sliding. It's like slow and with really, like not like push that you can breathe, but with really good connection. And for tango, I want to mention that yes, our arm will go a little bit more inside, so it's not on the shoulder blade, but still, you see, we have that connection in our arms. We don't have that gap, and our arms still on the one spot pretty much the whole time. Even if it's moving a little bit, it's more like rotation, but you don't need to have that picture that your arm is flying around. The eighth mistake is about girls' sides. You can also transfer to the boys, but usually girls do that. So they either, I want to show it this way, they either turn their sides too much to the partner and rotate, and actually a lot of guys lead them to the turn. So they stretch and they turn like that. Or they try to keep side, and they, maybe not at the beginning, but then during dance, they, especially on the outside steps, they turn away their shoulders. So make sure that you stay parallel and of course you stretch diagonally, and you direct not your shoulders, you mostly direct your chest to each other, chest, and it feels like this diagonal. But this, my right side, is fully closed to him. And then whenever I go even outside, I feel that I direct shoulders to him inside. But again, you need to feel that you're not overturned. If you feel that you're sliding, your part sliding away, that's not good. And usually on the outside turns, what helps if you bring right arm more in front, instead of leading it that way. And if you feel that you kind of direct your shoulders, more like chest, I would say, chest to each other. So make sure that girl has this right position during the whole dance. And what really helps to me that I try to keep this right hip to him, stretch to the left with counterbalancing my side, and then direct my chest slightly to him. And then on the promenade, I keep this right side to him. Yes, and on the outside turn, I bring this right arm to him and direct shoulders to him. And also, what I can say about boys, I recommend them on the promenade. Keep this side in front, right arm in front, and on the outside turns, bring that right arm also in front. And the ninth mistake will be about a girls and boys head. Usually when people hear that they need to direct their head to the left, they turn their chin to the shoulder. So let's do that. You will turn your chin to the shoulder, I will turn my chin to the shoulder. Yes? And then promenade also, turn fully to the shoulder. Yes? So it's something like that. What you need to do? You need to connect your sternum with your chin and then stretch through little sway, through little stretch. So what boy, for example, is doing, he stretch his chest on like where sides here, diagonal, like to the left, and then counterbalancing with side, so push right shoulder down. Yes, and sternum directs a little bit to the right, and here what happens with my head, because I not only move my ribs, I move everything what's here, you see, so that's why I have a little pressure on the left leg, and then counterbalancing, and when I counterbalance it, I keep my head here, but this part left is going higher. That's why we have this left look. Yeah, I'm not trying to turn my chin. And same for girl. Direct chest to the left and counterbalancing, but keep head where it is. Of course, girl can add a little bit of shape from hips and chest, but you see, it's overall, I didn't do any action that was like that. Yeah, it was palm, then counterbalancing, and maybe turning chest even more to partner and lifting it up. Yeah, so like that. Of course, you don't need to look straight, you can look that way, but that's what's happening. So let's do it one more time. Turn your chin, just turn your chin that way. Yes, and then let's do it right, palm, and then here. And let's do promenade. Turn chin, and then here the promenade looks a little bit different. We keep our head 45 degrees and then stretch diagonally. We turn it like still not to the shoulder fully, like diagonal that way and stretch. And the last mistake for today will be girls' left arm. Girls like to put arm outside and press in order not to lose connection, especially if boy will open this arm and they want to grab somehow partner and stay in connection. What's really interesting here, girl need to have wrist a little bit inside and press away, like, and this arm also, both arms going forward, 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 forward. But what's hard, you don't press your back in resistance. You give your back to him through curve and also at the same time give arms to him. So it's never like that in that position, okay? It's not very easy, but if you will try it and try to understand, try to feel, like you will find that feeling one day and you will be able to maintain it. If you want to take a look at to the second part, to the next top 10 mistakes in a ballroom frame, wait for my next video and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. You can write down any comments below, I will answer. It's better to write down some related comments, but I can also chat with you about different stuff. And please guys, record yourself, take a look, do you have these mistakes or maybe not, also take a look at other couples, that will be very useful for you to check that. See you on my next videos, bye bye.